Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis, the home of the Colts, plays host to Monster Energy AMA Supercross again, where Pierce Brown was trying to keep that red plate for the 250 East Division after a brilliant win and a podium to start the season off.
Yeah, look at Daxton Vinnick right there, man. He's having a great season so far, and I'm so pumped for him and that race team. And you got Joe Shimoda getting a great start. Man, his starts have been on point. All of these first three rounds of the 250 East Division. And Cole Davies, his starts are a little bit better this week, but man, he absolutely dominated. If you don't like what you're seeing right here, you're not going to like the rest of the three races that you're about to watch on these replays, because really it was all him here tonight. But great racing beyond that point. The biggest advantage that he had was the whoops, and then all the other sections of the track just complemented the advantage that he had in the whoops. And I think the biggest loser tonight, well, I wouldn't say the biggest loser, the person who struggled was Seth Hamaker. He had a brutal second moto. But look at this battle here early on. Again, this is the opening race. Joe doing great. And just really, I mean, you think about Joe, and he wasn't even meant to be back yet. And he's out here
up there fighting for the win.
Fantastic win, yeah.
So this set the tone of the night and the first win of the season for Cole Davies after frustration in the first two rounds. So we take it to the second race. Davies gets a good jump, but nobody got the start like Triumph's Jalek Swoll.
That's right, he'll get two of them tonight. But talking about a team and a rider that needed a shot in the arm, that definitely was this gentleman, coming off a re-tear of the Achilles last season. And really the last two races were great for Jalek Swoll and that Factory Triumph team racing. But this is this is a mistake I was telling you about from Seth Hamaker, and a bummer. Little self-induced there, but at the end of the day, it kind of worked out because he would get a podium overall, but he'll come back, he'll march up the field, make some quality passes. Cole Davies almost went down right there. That was a heck of a save, but look at Joe getting in there, giving him the business, taking that position back, and he raced Cole Davies hard, but in the end, he just wouldn't have the pace that Cole Davies and this young phenom has.
It wasn't the overall headline, but you got to give credit. You see that brutal whoop speed again from Cole Davies. Got to give credit to Jalek Swoll, who hung tough out front for a good period of this second race.
Well, he really did, and he'll crash the second race, but then third race he did a heck of a job as well. But I tell you what, Hamaker, he marched back up there. You saw him going down in the whoops and had a gnarly collision. Look at with Gavin Towers. Wow, that was a tough hit.
By the way, Gavin did go to medical and was released. So what happened in the first happens in the second. Cole Davies, victorious.
His podium interviews are just like, he didn't have much to say. He was locked in and focused. And this is the final race of the Triple Crown for the 250 guys here tonight. And again, Jalek Swoll having a great start, but how about Devin Simonson? This dude ran up front, and I think this is a breakout race. I think from this race on, we are going to see a lot more of this young man right here, and I was super impressed racing Jalek Swoll really hard, and Jalek would hang on. He'll end up 5th in this race. A great ride by Jalek, but the 37 will eventually start marching up here. Again, Simonson doing the best he can. He is caught in a hornet's nest.
Look at that move from Cole Davies. Goes around Shimoda, goes up the inside of Devin Simonson, just like that, like clinically.
He does. He'll make him a lot of time early to get into the lead, and a lot like what he's been doing all night. This was his passing zone, using up all the real estate, just barely touching the tough blocks, getting to that real estate where a lot of riders weren't going, where the whoops are relatively fresh, I should say. And Joe makes a little mistake. Looks like, I can't tell if he hit the rear brake, and he eventually stalls it, but gets it back going. No harm, no foul. And he'll get into, I believe, would be the second position, right? And I was going to be interested to see what Joe is going to be able to do right here, Lee, and see if he can make up any time on Cole Davies, but he wouldn't have enough.
And in the background, you see the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki of Seth Hammaker. He joins the party. Jalik Swall loses some momentum and says, thank you, I'll take third place here. And he goes to work on Joe Shimoda, and action is about to happen. Watch this.
Yeah, Joe just kind of gets crossed up in the whoops right here. Watch what happens. He goes to the right, jumps off course. He's going to check up a little bit, make sure no one's there. He doesn't lose any time or no gain any time himself.
1, 2, 3. Cole Davies. All business, all victories, all pumped, and takes the lead of the championship for the 250 East going into the break. Doesn't get any better than that. 1-1-1 for Shimoda. A really good night. 2-2-3. And for Seth Hammaker, what could have been if it weren't for that second race crash.
Right, but this is where the Triple Crown kind of helps him out. If that would have been a regular main, it would have been tough. But yeah, he ends up third, so he's still right there.
All right, so how do the points look? After 3 rounds of the 250 East Division, there's 1 point in it. One
right
between Cole Davies and Seth Hammaker. Despite that tough race tonight for Hammaker, the Daytona winner is hanging tough. And story is we got 3 rounds, 3 different winners.
Yeah.
So
well,
Pierce Brown, Seth Hammaker, Cole Davies have all had an overall win.
I have a feeling when we leave Birmingham, it isn't going to be this close in points because it is going to be a showdown, and this is really where you can take advantage of having the opposite coast in there and getting in between your competitors in your respected division.